Hello, so we're on to the quarterfinals now for the Europa League competition. So let's get to it. 4 games to preview, look at the odds, look how the teams did in their own seasons in the different divisions, of course, that they played at, and also got some insight information up on screen there to give more details about the history of these clubs against each other or against similar opposition as well too. So with all that being in mind and the odds for the matches and outright winner odds and things like that, then I'll work things out and then come up with a prediction for each of the games. I haven't made up my mind just yet, so I thought I'd just do it as I go along to make things easier. So first up we have Intermilan against Bayer Leverkusen. Intermilan from Italy there, they ended up coming in second spot, 1 point behind champions Juventus. Finished their campaign with 82 points, 24 wins, 10 draws and 4 defeats. They could have really challenged and took the title off Juventus' hands, but they did slip up towards the back end of the season, just like the other top teams in the league there. So very unfortunate for them. They weren't too far away as Juventus really bottled it up, but they were able to afford it. For Bayer Leverkusen, not the best of seasons, but 5th place is pretty standard for their standards, I would say. 19 wins, 6 draws, 9 defeats, 63 points. 3 wins and 3 defeats in the back end of the season, past 7 games in Germany. So it'll be Europa League once again there for them next season, unless, of course, they win this competition. So some inside informations. We have, this will be just the third competitive meeting between Inter Milan and Bayer Leverkusen. Last time these two sides played against each other was in the 2002-2003 season, with Inter Milan winning 3-2 and 2-0, home and away. So that's one thing in favour for them so far. And to have only one of the last 8 meetings with German sides in major European competition, so that's a minus. Drawing 1 and losing 6, while Bayer Leverkusen themselves have lost each of their last 3 such meetings against Italian opposition. So that sort of cancels each other out there, that Inter Milan aren't good against German teams. Mainly if it's against like Bayern Munich or Dortmund, it's a lot more of a daunting competition than what Bayer Leverkusen's threat could potentially be, as Leverkusen struggle against Italian clubs. So that cancels it out. So far, we just an extra point for Inter Milan. This is Inter's first European quarterfinal since the 2010-2011 Champions League, when they lost to Schalke. Inter last reached a European semi-final back in 2009-2010, when they ended up on winning and making it into the Champions League there. So that's a huge plus. For Bayer Leverkusen, they reached the quarter-final stage back in 2007-2008 season UEFA Cup, while they haven't reached the semi-final since 2001-2002, when they made the final of the 2001-2002 Champions League, but just as the final, so they didn't end up even winning that then, I assume. Doesn't ring any bells. And striker Lukaku has scored in each of his last 8 appearances in the Europa League, 11 goals in total. A one stretched back in the 2014-2015 season with Everton, and this season he is only the second player to score 8 consecutive appearances in the UEFA Cup Europa League after Alan Shearer back in 2004-2005 season. No player has ever scored 9 in a row. Okay, I really better make a note of that one, because that's history-breaking stuff there for Lukaku. 8 in a row. Can he manage to get another one in such a huge, crucial match, with all these games being played at a neutral venue, Portugal, Lisbon? Because of the COVID situation, why not shootout matches? Could go to extra time, could go to a penalty shootout. instead of that two-legged affair we would have normally had until the final. Okay, so that was all those details. So it's Inter Milan are favourites for this match at $2.10. Leverkusen at $3.40. The draw is paying $3.50. For the outright winners, Inter Milan are the second favourites at $4. Leverkusen find themselves at $7.50. So things are sort of pointing towards Inter Milan to come away with something here. They just about could have won the Italian league. But Leverkusen a long way off the pace there. And Inter Milan have managed to make it deep into this competition a lot more recently, 10 years ago, when they ended up winning. And they were the outright favourites for this competition when they first appeared into it, as normally you would suspect them to be a Champions League team. I'm going to go for Inter Milan to get a win here. I'm going to go for a 3-1 scoreline. Well, it's been 6 minutes already. Okay, I better get onto it because we still got 3 more matches to cover. The next game is Manchester United against Copenhagen. So Manchester United, of course, from the Premier League, they are finishing in 3rd place. 18 wins, 12 draws, 8 defeats, 66 points. In their last 14 games, they managed to get 9 wins and 5 draws. So really good form they find themselves coming into this competition. For Copenhagen, they comfortably finished 2nd place, way behind winners Midtjylland. They got 21 wins, 5 draws, 10 defeats, 68 points in Denmark. So some insights for this match. Manchester United and Copenhagen have only met twice previously, playing one another in the 2006-2007 Champions League group stages, where Manchester United managed to win 3-0 at Old Trafford, but they ended up losing to Copenhagen at their stadium 1-0. And 10 previous attempts, Copenhagen's only victory against English side in European competition was against Manchester United back in 2006. Drawing 4 and losing 5, they have failed to score in their last 4 games against English opponents. Manchester United are looking to reach only the 2nd European semi-final since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement in 2013. They did so in the Europa League when they ended up winning in the 2016-2017 season, so that was just 3 years ago. While Copenhagen's first ever European quarterfinal appearance, they are the first Danish side to reach a major European quarterfinal since Brøndby in the 1996-1997 UEFA Cup. Brøndby are the only Danish side to reach a major European semi-final, achieving the feat in the 1991 UEFA Cup. And Manchester United's Joanne Mata has been directly involved in 7 goals in his 9 UEFA League appearances this season. 2 goals and 5 assists in 26 matches in other competitions. Mata has been involved in just 3 goals for the Red Devils, 1 goal and 2 assists. So everything really points towards Manchester United here, and they are such huge favourites at $1.20. Copenhagen at 13 bucks, and at $6.50 for the draw. Manchester United are the outright winner favourites for this competition at $2.88 now. That's quite low in the quarter-final situation. And for Copenhagen, 101 to win this competition. You know, might fancy putting a buck on it. You never know your luck. Especially since it's one-off ties. Anything is possible. I mean, with the 2-legged affairs that they usually do there, then that's a lot more to overcome for underdog teams. But this is the year, this is the season to have some shots actually manage to pay off when they have to go to Lisbon, Portugal, new surroundings, new environments with the empty stadium, and just the fact it's one-off game. who's at the best, who's able to play, because if someone's got the virus, they have to be isolated. Might be one of your top players, so you might get really unlucky depending on that sort of situation as well too, and injuries and fitness, a whole bunch of things there. It's a bit more of a luck factor this time around. But I have to go with Manchester United. Everything points towards them winning this game, but I hope Copenhagen can pull off a shock there. Will be quite nice. But I'm going to go for a 3-0 Manchester United win here. I have to be realistic. I have to provide expert analysis, you could say. Alright, the next match is a very interesting match because it's two teams that you won't expect to do too well in this competition, you could say. But one of them will make the semi-finals and, be 2 matches away from, somehow getting a surprise trophy. So that is Shakhtar Donetsk against Basel. So Shakhtar Donetsk, they managed to easily win the Ukraine League there, romping home 26 wins, 4 draws, 2 defeats, 82 points. Just normal season for them, just keep on winning the Ukraine title. For Basel, they came 3rd place in Switzerland. 18 wins, 8 draws, 10 defeats, and 62 points. Their last 7 matches, 3 wins and 4 draws they find themselves with. So let's have a look at the insight information for this particular match here. Shakhtar Donetsk and Basel have met on 3 previous occasions, with the Ukraine outfits avoiding defeat in each of the clashes, winning 2 games and drawing 1. Most recently, they managed to get a 5-0 win in the 2008-2009 Champions League group stage match. Basel progressed from the only previous Europa League meeting with the Ukraine club after beating Dnipro 3-1 on aggregate 2012-2013 season last 32. Shakhtar Donetsk have reached their first European quarterfinal since the 2015-16 season, when they did so in the UEFA League, eliminating Sporting Braga before losing to Sevilla in the semi-final. So they have managed to make the semi-finals before. And this will be Basel's first major European quarterfinal tie since the 13-14 season, when they were eliminated by Valencia. They last reached the Champions League semi-final back in 2012-2013 season, having beaten Tottenham in the season's quarter-final. So, okay, these teams have managed to go on and get to the semi-final stage before there, but, and also Shakhtar's Junior Morales has directly involved in 13 goals and 16 appearances in the UEFA League, 11 goals, 2 assists. He has also had twice as many shots with 14 as any other Shakhtar player in this season's UEFA League there. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're thinking of strong European teams, you're not exactly going to think of Shakhtar Donetsk and Basel when it comes to mind there. Because they managed to make these quarterfinals, make these semi-final matches before. But yeah, not so much making the final and going on to win the trophy, at least for quite a long time. Because they might have done somewhere back 30, 40 years ago there, but feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Because I don't exactly know at the top of my head. I'm sort of a bit more on the recent history side of things. So what am I going to go for this one? Things sort of favour Shakhtar, the Ukraine domination. So they're used to winning games, basically, as I'm trying to say. It's pretty weird for them to lose a game. And they do usually tune up against Basel. And being a 3rd place Swiss team there is not exactly anything to be proud of. So I am going to go for Shakhtar Donetsk. I think they will be able to win this game reasonably comfortably. I'm going to go for a 4-1 scoreline. I think it's just going to be a bit of a whop for them. And the last game we have Wolves against Sevilla. So let's have a look at that match there. So Wolves and Seville are meeting for the very first time. Wolves have already overcome Spanish opposition this season, 6-3 on aggregate against Espanyol in the last 32. Seville have only lost one of the last 8 knockout stage matches of major European competition against English opposition, with winning 5, drawing 2, losing 1, including finals, losing 2-0 to Leicester in the Champions League last 16-17 season. Wolves have reached the first European quarterfinal since the 71-72 season UEFA Cup. That season they defeated Juventus in the quarterfinals and Vilwen Vargas in the semi-finals, but fell at the final hurdle to Tottenham. Seville have reached the quarterfinals of the Europa League UEFA Cup for the 6th time. They've gone on to win the entire competition on 5 previous occasions when they have reached the stage. And Seville are currently unbeaten 18 games in all competitions, winning 9, drawing 9 since losing a La Liga match against Celta Vigo in February. This is their longest ever unbeaten one as a top flight club. And also been back-to-back champions before in recent seasons, managing to win 3 trophies in 3 seasons. So Seville really love the Europa League. So Wolves, they came in 7th place in the Premier League there, 59 points, and the only team of these 8 sides that will not be playing in Europe next season if they are unable to win this competition. And for Seville, they managed to finish in 4th place there, 70 points for them, and yeah, a long unbeaten stretch in recent matches. So Seville to win this competition, 6 butts. It's 850 for Wolves for this particular game, 350 for Wolves, 220 for Seville, and 310 for the draw. I know it's a really tough one to call here because English sides generally do quite well in this competition. If you look at Manchester United in particular as well too, and they've got a lot more to come out and prove, a lot more to fight for. So this one could really go either way. I can see this one going to extra time actually.